I'm dual streaming it. Can you get that on your phone? Just for the comments.
Oh, my group. Oh, I think
Yes, what's happening, everybody? This is Stephen Howson. This is the Stephen Howson podcast, joined as always by our kid Ben. Thank you for joining us, everybody. Tonight we are trying something out a little bit new. We're trying to push the envelope a little bit, so you can watch this on the Stephen Howson podcast page on Facebook as well, of which there are 9 of you, a whole 9 people. Not expecting many. We don't usually broadcast too much on there, but if you want to get involved in the comments on Facebook, then do that as well. As always, in the comments on YouTube, and if you're just listening to this on iTunes, then welcome as well. We're just sitting here watching what is currently 1-1 between Munich and Madrid in what looks like a pretty decent Champions League game so far. We are going to talk about all sorts of shit. We've even got a list. Like, we're almost prepared and shit tonight.
On time, I'm
on
like
time.
Early in that.
We're going to talk about last night's game. We're going to talk about this game that's going on. We're going to talk about United and Anderlecht. We're going to talk about the Patreon, and you can find some more details about that by clicking below. We've got some Reddit questions. We're going to talk about a conspiracy, and we're going to start doing what we call a conspiracy of the week, because there's enough to talk about, isn't there? Charlie Murphy has passed away today, so Ben's got some things to say about that. I want to talk about some daft bitch that let a kid get onto the Metrolink. And what was the other thing we wanted to talk about? United Airlines. Let's kick off on this one. So, in fact, do you want to take it off on this one?
What do you want me to say? That
just tell the people what happened if they don't know what go on.
They tried to get people to volunteer to leave the seat so they could get staff members to sit down. It's like, I've never heard as much bullshit in my life, because it's overbooked a flight. I mean, you turn away a paying customer to sit a member of staff. Just wait for another one. To be fair, I don't know whether was it just because a lot of the flights in the US are within the US. So was it a domestic flight? Do you know?
It was a domestic flight.
So just wait for the fucking next one.
It was a 4-hour drive, whatever it was.
Yeah.
So what's that? An hour and a half flight?
Well, yeah, if that, yeah.
Something like that. Yeah. So yeah, if that. So what some of the things that I'd seen people saying is, if you've obviously got to get crew members to different places.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
They was offering, I think they'd upped it to like $800 compensation. I'm sorry, you can get someone to drive you.
$800.
You can get someone to stick all them crew in an Uber, and it's not going to cost you $800.
So was they offering $800 if you leave your seat now?
I think they offered 4, and they got 3 people or 2 people said yes, but they needed 4 seats.
But how bad did they need the staff at the other location?
Well, I think then a flight can't carry on if they don't get 10 hours rest pre some shit.
Yeah,
I don't know.
there's a lot. But I mean, from what I remember seeing about pilots in America, they have to fly an insane amount of hours annually. It's like in the UK, or probably in Europe as well, I don't think they need, or they have to, or they can't fly a certain number of hours.
And the geezer was a doctor with 32 patients the following day.
But did you? Oh fucking hell! But do you see they tried to paint him out? Oh, he's been in trouble before.
Yeah,
that's the first thing that the media try and spin on it. Right? We need to see.
It is the timeline of events. So guy gets twatted. Videos come out. People then find out his identity. People then find out that he's had a gay affair with someone.
Sending him off.
Who gives a fuck, right?
Martinez, 2 fouls on Ronaldo.
If he'd have had a gay affair on his wife, the only person who should be asked is his wife, right? Yeah, so that someone's just got sent off. Martinez.
2 fouls in about 3 minutes on Ronaldo. Pretty soft as well, to be fair.
The only person who should be asked is his wife. That's not national news. Get that out of the papers. Did that affect the reason why they needed to beat the fuck out of him? The guy was bleeding out his face. They physically dragged him That's a stupid challenge.
To be fair, they was on 2-on-1 then, I think. But it's like, well, the first thing that the media kind of doing is like, right, can we say the organisation and the corporation, because they lost $1 billion of their share price. See ya.
$800. Drive them to the airport that they need to go to. Stop fucking about.
Why do you need to be so aggressive? It's not saying to you. It's not like they sat on a bus and you give your seat up for an elderly person. No. It's a staff member. Who's overbooked the flight?
I understand that people are tetchy on planes. That doesn't mean you give up your human rights.
No.
And that doesn't mean that you have the right to well, it was the police that they got on, wasn't it? It wasn't staff, it was police.
I think their own security, wasn't it? United Airlines security.
Oh, they have their own security?
Yeah.
Because I saw they had badges and hats on. I just assumed they were
jobs
police,
worth.
Fuck.
But who decides who you pick as a volunteer?
They just randomly picked.
No, there's no such thing as random.
They just randomly picked some guy. It just happens to be a fucking doctor with 30-odd patients. Now, here's the thing, right? Let's presume that you don't know what the knock-on effect of someone not going to a doctor's appointment the following day is. You don't know what the knock-on effect of... He could have been a surgeon. He could have been a surgeon that was doing some serious
regardless
surgery.
of what he was doing, you don't know. You can't. You just can't treat people like that.
No, and surely when you book a fucking flight with someone, you've got to honour that. If you fucked up, you need to charter some shit. How much is a helicopter? But it's less than $1 billion that you've just fucking lost. I bet it's a tad less than $1 billion to charter a helicopter to fly your staff somewhere.
Yeah, well, definitely. I mean, they'll have them in the fleet. United Airlines, they must be massive.
I would assume.
They had a film. Remember that film? It
wasn't really a fucking propaganda film.
Well, no, it wasn't, but they got a lot of exposure from it.
If you are watching, please give this a share, because it's not going to do great numbers live tonight because of everyone watching the plethora of games that's on display. And who can say I'd rather be watching Madrid and Munich than us? This is a cracker of a game, to be honest. But if you want to do dual screen it and you want to join us, we will be talking about this as well. So please give it a share, please give it a like. That does help get it found. We will be coming to you motherfuckers in the comments as well. But yeah, so what an absolute mindfuck. United,
did you see
Manchester United, no longer the most hated United in the world.
Did you see the first statement that the CEO released?
Yeah, he emailed all the staff, didn't he? Like, I stand behind you 100%.
Yeah, but then his first press release was like, oh, corporate as fuck, you know, like, not taking
I'm not sure that they thought it was going to blow up the way it did, but when someone gets the fuck beat out of him, they was fucking filling him in, mate. You see his mouth, haven't you?
You got a camera phone.
Fucking hell. You can't get away with that.
No, you can't get away with shit.
We got some comments on there? Oh, we have got some comments in the mixer on everybody on Facebook. All 10 of you on Facebook, gangsters.
Ben Lycett in the house. Stoke City fan, lad. Unfortunate.
Right, let's get into some of the other shit we was getting into then. So yesterday we saw Juventus beat Barcelona 3-0. I was tempted for an in-play bet, and I'm glad I didn't, because I was going for either 3-1 or 4-0, and I didn't go with it in the end. Did any of you lot go for it yesterday? Because was a guy chatting to me? I think there was a guy chatting to me that needed another goal for like 200 for Juventus. He had 4-0 Juventus to crank.
4-0. Didn't even watch it, did I? Watch the Boss Baby. Gangster.
Legendary 628 says the guy was a doctor. He was. Hishkaresh says Ronaldo goal incoming. Yeah, more than likely. I think now they're down. It looks like it's all Real Madrid.
Look at Ramos. Ramos is like, he thinks they're 2-1 down in the last minute.
Yeah, he'll get a goal in the box. You know what he does?
Handball.
They did look like handball from where I was. What did I give it? We're a fucked bunch in America, says Christian. What's the fallout? Actually, can we get onto some serious shit here now? Because I think the teams have just been picked for World War III, haven't they? Everyone's just sort of like sorted out the teams for World War III. And I think it's was it Iran, China, and Russia on one side, and the rest of us on the other side.
Yeah,
the rest of us. I think Japan, UK, USA, France, Germany.
Illy sent a picture like, don't look like our chances for getting out the group stages of World War III.
Terrifying shit, actually, because I think China have put 150,000 troops, which I think is like a platoon in the Chinese army. I don't think that's a lot of fucking dudes whatsoever. I think that's what they would call like the equivalent of sending 8 blokes out for the British army. They've put 150,000 troops on the North Korean border, and I don't understand what's kicked this off. I heard a statement from the Chinese saying, if it affects our bottom line, now they're talking monetary bottom line, I don't know. They said, if it affects our bottom line, we're going to go fucking wreck them, basically. Shit's going off. Trump's the wild card in the mixer because he's fucking insane, isn't he? So while his approval ratings are down, I think it's in his head that, fuck it, why don't I start World War III? They'll remember me then. That's terrifying.
He's like,
North Korea's terrifying.
But it's all power. It's all power. Do you know what I mean? And something's going to have to give.
Putin's insane.
But it doesn't seem like any of them have got any giving him. It's like Gorbachev. He's stepped down in order to prevent like the Cold War happening. I can't see Trump or Putin. You know what I mean? Or
that crank in North Korea.
Yeah, can't see any of them. Like they don't.
I don't know enough about the Chinese government.
No, they seem far too egotistical to want to relent. But we'll see. You might not be watching this podcast, or
you might not be watching this podcast, or it might be post-apocalyptic podcast.
Well,
we'll change the name to the post-apocalyptic podcast.
They might still watch me. You'll be getting called up first because you're.
Mate, I'm still fucking on the dot till 2025.
Not me, mate.
Don't get a uniform. Get me in anyway. Nowadays, I have to be a fucking tent. It's actually fucking mental because every fucker at the table's got nukes. That's a game-changing
thing.
It
don't mean they're going to use them, but someone's going to.
Someone at some point is going to do. Schoolboy Q says, could someone explain it to me like I'm a 5-year-old, why this has fucking come about? Is it just over China and Russia have seen their ass over Trump's handling of Syria? Is that it, or is there more to it than this? Russia and China ain't trading in dollars anymore. They're investing in gold, and that's going to fuck with the US economy.
but where are they investing in gold from? Because...
They've got it.
They've bought it all.
Yeah, they've got it.
There's nothing in the Federal Reserve or Fort Knox.
Generally, a feeling of fear over here in America. Never been like this in my lifetime. George says, sorry, not relevant. Have you got anything I should know/do before I join the army? Just got over a year before I do. On a serious note, I would seriously consider what you're going into for starters, because that's going to matter. Go into something with a trade. Don't just join the infantry, because you are going to leave at some point, hopefully. And you want to have some sort of skills that you can transfer into civilian life, because you don't just want to come out and be a driver, because ultimately that's what a lot of the lads do. You're gonna get in there and you're gonna be you're gonna get fucked about and you're gonna get disillusioned, because it's fucking you're gonna have to experience it, because you could have told me everything that was about to happen in my career when I joined. I'd have been like, yeah, whatever. So,
you volunteered for loads of shit.
I did.
Not right in the head.
What's a better football moment? 89 Arsenal versus the 2012 City. It's probably
89.
Cities. 89, yeah, they were doing the league last minute, didn't they? I think probably Cities. I don't know.
Yeah, but we wasn't really...
No, it was before I'd started watching football. I was 4 or 5 or some shit like that.
I don't know, it'd probably be 89 because Arsenal beat Liverpool to win it, didn't they? So... And it was at Anfield as well.
Yeah, because I was in a yellow kit, I think.
Yeah, so you got to say that'd probably be...
I've got no experience of it.
No, but if you think last minute, that is a great way to win it.
Oh god, yeah, it's like a cup final, isn't it?
I still don't think I've seen that goal.
I have.
But yeah, you got 90 minutes. You got 90 minutes there. You've got to beat the team in front of you to win the league. And you're doing it at their place. It all rests on that 90 minutes. Rather than a few seconds.
I mean, that's a cracking way to end the season. It just falls away like that. Have I seen the Daily Mail print of the map of the Dortmund team bus with the team from 2014? Yes, I have. Based on my own experiences, will I let Jaden join the army? I'll let him do whatever he wants. You got to go make your own mistakes.
Within reason.
Within reason, yeah. Ultimately, you're about as likely to get fucking killed in the army as you are in like construction, I think, anyway. It just gets concentrated at times. Ultimately, it's not just about fucking death and destruction. It's about your career experiences and all the rest of that sort of stuff, what you can go and do post it. I'm glad I did it. I wouldn't say it was a regret of mine. I'm proud of what I did.
You didn't do fuck all.
Not bad.
Other than, let's get this straight. Other than when he went to active theatre of operations,
yeah.
which still, you That's questionable because
Afghanistan twice and Iraq once.
yeah, but what did you actually do there apart from have subway competitions, trying to eat?
That was on the first one. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, and just
Alright,
work out and watch bear movies and
being under fire as well. All right, yeah.
fucking yeah, but it's miles away, innit? It's like potluck, innit? It's like just doing that in the dark and sticking a gun up in there. Other than that,
Johnson.
every time all you did was one, phone me, or two, play Champ Manager.
The army is periods of intense, never seen before excitement, followed by weeks of it's like being in prison
For about
and bored out your fucking mind. And yeah, I had free phone credit. You get phoned. Don't worry about it. You're welcome, by the way.
Oh well, thanks for that. Not that I was doing anything.
Schoolboy, Trump bombed Syria without congressional permission just because his daughter felt bad after seeing kids die in Syria. That sounds like Trump, in all honesty.
But that's the thing. You don't know. Like, there's a guy who he came on the BBC and he was like trying to, say, oh, what went wrong? The bombing Syria, and it's like, well, you don't actually know what they used because there's no statement of fact that's come out and no one's.
No, there was just statements that it was chemical war.
Based on what? Based on what? He was like, well, do you remember when they said we had conclusive proof that they had weapons of mass destruction? Where the fuck were they?
There was the video reports, wasn't it? But I've also seen Godzilla on a video, so. You don't know what's being staged. No. That's the thing. I mean, we spoke about this a couple of weeks ago, didn't we? That video technology. I mean, that might have been actors. It might have been entirely real. I think video technology is at the point where they can make you say stuff you didn't fucking say and make it 4K HD believable. And
they got actors anyway.
Yeah.
So
the propaganda war is as a real war as the ground wars. So. Mainstream media is not helping with the whole situation between US and China. The mainstream media is a puppet of what's going on between the US and China regardless anyways. So, again, it's like football press conferences. You don't listen to anything that any fucker says in any of them because you're getting an agenda you're not getting. No one's coming out. It's not like court, you know what I mean? No one's coming out and saying, just I swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the fucking truth. And that's it. DMET says it was based on the symptoms of the victims. Yeah, I think it kind of was. However, we don't really know.
But they're saying, but he's saying, did they actually drop a chemical bomb, or was it the fact that a bomb or something exploded and there was these chemicals within proximity, which caused the reaction? You don't know.
No, it could have been a breakdown in a factory. It could have been some fucker driving something in a car.
Yeah, like Assad,
But him and his dad have used chemical weapons against people in the past, allegedly.
But what?
I wasn't there.
But why would he do it at this point in time? What's he got to gain? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a fucking strange one, isn't it? The picture you saw was actually the countries objecting to the US sending missiles to Syria. That's what brought this whole new World War III fear. The US has sent
the press secretary, isn't that's Sean Spicer?
Yeah, and he been fucked off, or is he still?
I don't know. He apologised for saying
something about Hitler, didn't he?
Yeah, about concentration camps. They weren't really concentration camps.
I didn't hear that because I heard it said something like
I can't remember what the actual quotes were, but he did apparently someone said like they're not really.
He said Hitler didn't use chemical weapons, I think.
Yeah, he said that and something about that. I'm sure he said, Ronaldo, what a save. Don't think he knew much about that one. Let's see that again.
Talk about the match between Bayern and Madrid, says Dewang. 74 minutes gone.
Manuel Neuer looks like he's
Madrid are applying the pressure on. If they get a second goal here,
you're not going to score from there.
Probably going to be game over at the Bernabeu.
You see that chance that Ronaldo just had?
Bale looks good tonight as well.
Look at that point blank, basically. What a save that is! I thought it hit his chest, but
that was some Iron Man shit there from Neuer.
He's wellied that. That's a great save.
He didn't even pull that back. That was strength with a f in it. A nuclear bomb fucks up the environment more than the physical damage, massively. Fucking hell. Oh, and he's not been fucked off, says Omar. Jesus Christ.
Just apologise. That's the new thing, isn't it? Apologise, crack on.
I never knowingly lied.
Turn.
Benzema? Nope. Basically, this last 15 minutes is going to be like the fucking Alamo for Bayern Munich. Losing one player has collapsed the fuck out of them, hasn't it? I mean, I don't know.
But they're still pressing to try and go for a winner, I guess, but would you more contain, keep the ball? I think the tactics have kind of gone out the window, haven't they?
Yeah, I think you've conceded an away goal. You don't want to concede two.
The thing is, it doesn't really matter though, does it? away goals now because teams in Europe, competition like now, they just
It still
people,
matters. It
people
still
just,
definitely matters.
does it though? Because teams go out. I think teams really who actually really defends in an away leg, other than Atletico.
No, but it does give you that extra incentive in your away games.
You just
Possibly because of the away goals.
I think there's less emphasis on it nowadays.
It's different. There's definitely more expansive.
Monaco don't care.
How many teams? Yeah. How many times have teams like this played each other though? But again, didn't they go through with the help of away goals?
Oh, there's two.
There you go. That's
Ronaldo.
that. That might be the tie.
Great ball in.
Who do you think's going to be in the final?
Nah,
Get us in the comments.
You can't say that's going to be the tie because Bayern Munich can easily go to Real Madrid and win 2-0.
Doing a pretty good job, that Zidane fella. I didn't think he was gonna.
No.
Sorry, have we fucking disturbed you?
Look at that. You can't leave Ronaldo there, can you? Potent.
So yeah. So hang on. They got. It's movement, man. In the final third, you got all the players moving. He's well onside.
Yeah, that's not the
He's
centre
in front of
half
the ball,
marking
man,
though,
yeah.
no, is it? Who's
So
that?
where's the centre halves?
The centre halves have been dragged over.
Movement in the final third by the whole team there. Benzema was in and out all over.
Well, that's
the
not even the fullback, is it?
I can't see who it is.
Is it Kimmich?
Can't see who it is. Wow. Madrid and Juve, says Raz Nation, for the final. Juve looked great last night. Juve did look great.
I didn't even watch any of it.
Oh, I was laughing all the way through because I was well annoyed Barcelona got through in the way they did against Marseille. It was just dive central. It was
Marseille?
Sorry, against... what am I thinking of Marseille?
PSG.
Against PSG. French, aren't they? It's the same shit. Are they going to have to come out and go for it now? They got to get a second. They can't go trailing.
Nah, I don't.
You've got a chance if you draw in at least.
I don't think so.
Not really, actually, because you still need to win, don't you?
The firepower, Lewandowski, alone. It's yeah.
And he's done it to Madrid in the past.
What scores Leicester? Does anyone know?
What? Yeah, Leicester versus Monaco final. Real Madrid versus Leicester final.
Brilliant.
Legendary 628 says, I think Full-Time Double should do more challenge, e.g. football challenges, FIFA predictor, quizzes and Q&As. It's getting people down to come and do it with us. I think that's the fucking hardest thing. Because obviously we film a lot during the day and not every fucker's available or you're able to get down. And trust me, this month is fucking killer with 9 matches. There's just no time to do anything. It's do a game, do the shit after the game, do your previews ahead of the games, and then there's another game. And it's just fucking on top. It's madness. But yeah, this is going to be a frantic... yeah, it is.
Can't wait for tomorrow's game. It's like breaking news today. Oh, Rooney's not in the squad. Was he ever going to be in the squad anyway?
Mourinho's ghosted him out of that fucking team and no one's even asked.
Yeah.
Was he even on the bench at weekend?
No, he's injured still, isn't he?
Oh yeah, that injury.
Yeah, that injury that keeps coming back. Madness.
Will Ronaldo come back? Doubt it.
No. Unless he's playing against us.
Yeah, he'd probably come back then. Anderlecht versus United. It looks like it's on BT again tomorrow.
What else was it going to be on?
I don't know. Oh, I asked you lot before on Twitter, what channel's this game on?
Yes.
Someone replied Television X. A lot of yous, all the Irish replying like RTE2. People was like BN11. And I'm like, oh yeah.
Just BT.
Yeah, it's BT. Thanks.
Did Lewandowski even start today? He's not on the pitch now.
I haven't seen him actually.
He's not on the pitch now.
I'm sure he heard his name earlier though. I'm sure he heard his name. Or it might be Mullers though. Might have just fucking made it up. Shared. Thank you, Raz. We're up to 182. There's probably not going to be tons watching. What's y'all saying on a few of the lads have just won 650 quid, pen first goal.
I think that was
nice.
I think that was because there's that free bet, that up to £50 in play.
Oh, we got 315,000 likes on the podcast page, but because there's never any video done there live, that's going to change. We've got 7 people watching.
Get in.
The other side's talking about injuries. Yeah, he's injured. Mafia Who says, what Celtic game have I been to? Celtic Barca. How was the atmosphere? If so, me being a season ticket fan, I'm intrigued what people think of it. No, that was the only game that I've been to at Celtic Park. I thought it was alright. The singing section, definitely keep it going. The Green Brigade, I think they're called. They definitely keep it going for the whole game. Is it the 67th minute where you do something for the Lions? You light the whole stadium up and one end sings to the other end for a couple of minutes, getting it going beforehand. That was pretty cool. But aside from that, I wasn't blown away. It's very much a lot like Old Trafford is.
They must be well happy that Rodgers has signed a 4-year deal.
What a fucking muppet he is, mate. Rangers fan come up to me and told me I was like a breath of fresh air in the city. No, he didn't! Yeah, you lying cunt!
Yeah. Fuck off.
Oh, fucking hell. Brendan fucking Rodgers. 21 attempts by Real Madrid. That's mental. Away in a Champions League game.
Yeah, but 10 men makes a massive difference.
It does. Someone just writing fucking in the comments. All right. Amy. Happy birthday to Amy. Say happy birthday to Amy.
Happy birthday.
There you go. Happy birthday, Amy. If Celtic were in the Premier League, where do I think they'd finish? 20th. I'm not even kidding. I'm not trying to be funny either. I don't think they'd get out of the Championship.
With their squad that they've got, they're not. That's not Championship. That's you got Championship rejects.
Yep.
They're
not getting out of the Championship. Now people say, "Oh, if we had the Premier League money, with our attendances, we'd definitely be like top 4 in a couple of years." No, you wouldn't. Because Aston Villa have had Premier League money since the 90s, and they still got relegated, and they've won a European Cup. Who's that? Go on! What a fucking run!
Yeah, but
what the fuck was that?
Offside.
He's got to be offside.
Yeah, but Liverpool have had Premier League money.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean? The amount of teams.
Newcastle have got a massive fan base.
1 out of the 6 now is going to. Everton now have got like copious amounts of money.
Oh, he's well off. Yeah, I don't think they would. Survive. Rodgers claimed they'd be top 6 in the Premier League. He's a fucking moron. He couldn't even keep Liverpool in the top 6. I don't think in the Premier League. Did they finish below 6 one time?
8th, yeah.
Yeah, fucking weapon.
He did finish 2nd when you remember they won it nearly.
Gerrard fucked it up. Sweet that was. Sweet. Oh, fuck me. That was so fucking funny. Bronze B says, only atmosphere where I was amazed apart from OT was Dortmund. I do want to go hit a Dortmund one up. They look pretty good. I was pretty amazed that CSKA, we've done one since I've been back, haven't we?
Yeah, that's sweet.
Yeah, CSKA was pretty fucking sick, considering the size of the crowd, which was tiny. That was impressive. It seemed like everyone got on it. It's a cultural thing, I think.
Yeah.
That's that one. Celtic are a massive club, and you are stupid if you can't see that they will be top 4 in 5 years easy. They have a huge global appeal. So do Liverpool. So do Liverpool, mate.
It's not about global appeal.
Yeah, it's not about global appeal.
We'd be top 4 now.
Yeah. Yeah, how the fuck can you say that, mate? United are the biggest club in the country, and we still finished 5th. What the fuck are you talking about? I think people don't understand the sheer... I don't think Pep Guardiola understood the sheer fucking complexities of the Premier League. It's not just about appeal, clearly. Otherwise, you wouldn't have clubs like Aston Villa go down. You wouldn't have clubs like Newcastle going down. You wouldn't get out of the Championship. You're fucking nuts if you think otherwise. Yes, they might do all right in the occasional game in the Champions League. It's a fucking cup final. You've got 3 weeks off before your next one.
You know, like, speaking of Championship and who can come up and things like that, like... I want to see Brighton come up for definite. I think they're almost guaranteed now.
Huddersfield doing all right.
Yeah, Huddersfield. I'd like to see teams that haven't been in the Premier League before. You know, just a bit of freshen
Mix it up, man.
Yeah.
Newcastle, they're definitely not going to fuck it up, but I do think once the pressure's on next year, Rafa will fucking fold again.
It was kicking off because he didn't get a shitload of money in January. How much did he spend in the summer?
It's Mike Ashley, mate.
He brought a whole new squad.
He didn't get any money at Liverpool, remember, despite spending more than everyone else.
Oh, wait, you don't, because he might come out with his fact sheet.
Celtic Mafia, who says Celtic in the Prem 100% relegated. If we started in the bottom and worked our way up, who knows? Too unpredictable. Newcastle in the same position of fan base, but a wank, admittedly bad run club. There you go. Fair play, mate, because I think that's a correct comment. You get a lot of people who just go, nah, we win this league, we would obviously do well in that league. I don't think it's like that. And you see with how Leicester did last year versus this year with European football, you might do all right, but I think if you end up in Europa, you'd be fucked.
I don't think it's just the fact of getting European football. I mean, we've seen it before. Well, City can't even retain a title. You know what I mean? Yeah. That was never going to happen for Leicester. And the players who won it, are not top level players. So have they still got that drive and ambition to be the best the following year?
They would need 25
Obviously,
new fucking players.
Obviously, there was going to be some slacking off, but to say they slacked off that much. But they've gone back to basics, to doing what they were doing well.
I think they lost 5 on a bounce and won 5 on a bounce. Flipped it, didn't they? Once they got the new manager in.
New manager won 5 on a bounce, and then the first defeat was Everton. I mean, that was just end to end. That
Good
and
game.
I think
It was a good game.
Presumably, they're still losing 1-0 tonight, which is not a bad scoreline, really, in the grand scheme of things, because you go to Leicester, decent atmosphere. They'll be rocking.
They could do it.
Yeah. I won't be surprised.
8-6 gone.
I won't be surprised if they did. If it only ends up 1-0, I could see them getting a result at home.
Could happen.
But I can tell you one thing for sure. What's going to happen? They're going to get twatted on Saturday.
Have you got Saturday?
They could play Celtic and they get battered.
You think he's just going to completely phone it in at weekend?
Premier League survival's a shoo-in.
It's achieved, yeah.
You've got a chance to get into the semi-final European Cup. No doubt. You'd be rested.
Send them off to a spa for the weekend, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Get them to Thailand.
There was that was it. Josh Lewis. Have I seen Louis C.K.'s new special? Yeah, have you seen it?
Who?
Louis C.K.
No.
Stand-up comedian. It's on Netflix. I did. It's not his best work.
I don't really like the stand-ups on Netflix. I'm not a big fan of them, mate. I don't really like watching stand-ups in general on video, rather watch it live.
I watch a lot of them, mate. I usually have them on just in the background, and I'll just play them over and over again. Louis C.K. I really liked. He wasn't good. It wasn't great, should I say. Like, Bill Burr's are great. Rogan's new one is great. There was another one which I found. Dave Chappelle's had come out. They're great. Louis C.K.'s was really average. And do you know who else's was actually not even average? Kevin Hart. His new one dropped yesterday. It was shit.
But Kevin Hart, right? It was funny. Like, the thing is once you've been that funny, it's hard to maintain that level. Like, have you ever seen a Kevin Hart movie which is funny? Dog shit. They're all dog shit.
The Wedding Ringer was pretty good.
But it's the same. He's the same. Yeah, that was all right. But it's the same all the way through. It doesn't matter what film he's in.
No, yeah, it is the same character.
It's pointless.
It's Kevin Hart plays this guy.
Yeah, it's pointless.
Properly, Kevin Hart plays this guy.
They're just not funny at all. Like
that Central Intelligence one was a bit.
Yeah, it was all right. You could watch it, but like Ride Along and Ride Along 2.
It was more funny for how camp The Rock was. I think The Rock's ace.
Yeah, Rock's sick. Rock's like mint character, mint actor.
What colour do you reckon his piss is? Bright green.
Gatorade green, yeah.
Yeah, Gatorade green, definitely.
But, you know, speaking of Dave Chappelle, like, the thing that did laugh at, you know, the sketch shows with Charlie Murphy and the stories, like, I'm Rick James, they were sick.
Dave Chappelle stopped doing comedy because of that, because he couldn't do a show without people shouting, I'm Rick James. And he's just like, fuck this.
Buy a new couch, motherfucker.
Is that fucking crackpot DT still chatting shit? Stop it. SPL makes Sinclair look like Messi, let's face it.
Yeah, didn't he score an hat-trick last week when they won the league?
Yeah, he's smashing it, isn't he?
Nice one. He did alright for Swansea, didn't he? But then he got his move and then just nothing happened.
Why is DT fucking more worried about me? Shouldn't he be worried about the fucking fans that are going to fill him in?
I would have loved to see. I mean, I don't watch Arsenal TV anyway.
There's no point watching Arsenal fan TV at the moment because they're not saying anything new. You can watch ones from 3 months ago. It's still the same thing.
Got no interest in it.
People
anyway.
Kicking off talking about Wenger. It'd be funny next year if he stays. It'd be funny. Robbie's going to buy a new Bentley. But if he goes, what are you going to talk about then? They'll get no views.
No. Then he'd be switching over to Barcelona TV.
Oh, that's what you're saying before, isn't it? Who do you think could go fucking more bananas yesterday? Then Barcelona fanboys are hanging.
It's like they've got this God-given right to smash everyone.
They believe their own hype rapidly. Them lot.
Yeah, I think a lot of it, seeing some people who actually talk sense on Twitter, is down to the manager.
But he had a better win percentage than Guardiola until a couple of weeks ago.
I think they're saying it's more down to luck really because he's just put a shambles of a team and they're even saying things like because Andre Gomez is coming this year and just been dog shit. So like they'll need to give him another. Wait till the new manager comes in, whoever that may be.
Oh yeah, saying I won't be in the same room as it. I don't want to be in the same room as the guy's a fucking helmet. Why would I want to be in the same room as someone who's a fucking helmet? Think about it. When will the Mayweather-McGregor fight be announced? Well, he was in Liverpool this weekend, getting off his fucking tits like a balloon, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, that's what meant to be.
Standing on his cars and walking around, going into is it Aintree? With like his shirt unbuttoned. Yeah, like.
Conor McGregor, mate. Yeah. That's what he's doing. He gets to do it.
He does, but there's always someone. Oh, 3-1, and is it?
Oh shit! It's Ramos! It's Ramos with an injury time goal.
Oh my!
Who'd have thunk it?
Every time. Oh, is this allowed it?
Has he though?
Yeah, he has.
Wounded. Offside. Fuck me.
Oh, he's...
Yeah,
he is offside. You just have to look at the 6-yard box. But what an header that is.
Fucking hell, he's top of him, innit?
Remember when he was spotted for linked to United? I don't think he was ever going to come, by the way. But he would have been mint at United.
Probably would have been. Because he's a prick, innit?
Yeah.
But after a couple of months, he'd have been our prick.
Yeah,
standard. Now he's just a prick.
Nah, I like Sergio Ramos, me.
Right, what else do we want to talk about? Oh, right, yeah, so let's talk about the Patreon. We smashed our first goal on Patreon. I think we've smashed the second goal, actually, but it's not showing up because someone changed their pledge, but whatever. Hang on, let's back it up. DT said on Twitter he'll call me out when Arsenal play MUFC. For what? For fighting in the street or something? Is he fucking 12? What the fucking hell's wrong with him? I'm a grown man with a fucking job. Like, I'm not going to fight some fucking no-mark in the street. Tell him to go fuck himself. Been to fucking war 3 times. Think I'm scared of this fucking...
Love pulling that, like, little
Johnson.
line out, don't
it's
you?
Good, isn't it?
Been war 3 times. During the war.
It's a good line, though, isn't it? Especially when dealing with fucking Cockney no-marks without a chin. Right, so let me just fucking throw this one out for you. On, here's the ratings that we get on iTunes. So if you listen on iTunes, it'd be greatly appreciated if you can go and drop us a review if you're listening on iTunes.
Only 5-star ones, though.
Yeah, this is a 0-star one, or a 1-star one, because I think that's the lowest you can give us. And he put, I subscribed to this podcast on the basis that it was about football, and Manchester United in particular.
Where does it say that?
Where does it say that? Never been advertised as that, Johnson. This wasn't what I thought it was going to be, despite the fact it never said it was going to be like that. So I'm not happy. Just a rambling mess. You're welcome. Very little footy chat of any consequence, and unnecessarily foul-mouthed chat at that. Pussy.
Fuck off.
Rather than fast forward, I recommend avoiding this at all costs.
Oh, no. Oh, what's he doing? Is he fell over there?
What the fuck?
Ronaldo fell
it's
over.
It's over, man. It's over.
Yeah, no, but he was like in the 6-yard box. He just had to nod it in, and he's turned his ankle. Oh, what? Look at that! Oh, he fell over
the grass.
He's tripped over the grass.
So that was Jezza Fox. Go fuck yourself. Never have we said this is a United podcast. I actually think this is spoken about as whatever happens.
What's going on there? Pitch
invasion. Someone just got mullered.
Weren't Thomas?
It's a Madrid fan. He's got a Madrid scarf on. I'm assuming he's a Madrid fan.
Probably an half and half. Ronaldo, do you reckon he's out the next week? Done his ankle?
Could be. He went down, didn't he?
Yeah.
And then the other comments that we got. So this is by Isaac. Great mancast, cracking podcast on all sorts of random topics, from MUFC to UFC and even KFC. I like that. It's a good line. This funny, thought-provoking podcast brightens up a mundane day. See, it's meant to be about random shit. Jezza, Gimp, Bob the Knob 69. It's a good name. Definitely had that on a Lads Holiday t-shirt. And then Bob the Knob 69. Two great and down-to-earth guys having a laugh whilst discussing anything and everything. What more could you want from a podcast? Top banter, like hanging out with your mates. A taste on the last episode I listened to. I'd do all of them apart from Sporty Spice. Absolutely brilliant. So
standard.
Yeah. Thank you to everybody who's dropped us a rating on iTunes. And apart from Jezza, who clearly didn't know what the fuck they were tuning in for. Schoolboy says, I reckon you and DT should do an MMA fight. Cages, headgear and all that. Think you can't wear headgear in a cage. And he would last about 30 seconds.
Matthew Who says, what's the Mandela effect? Do you know what that is?
No, what is the Mandela effect? Please let me know what the Mandela effect is. When am I next doing a youth video? I had planned on doing one tomorrow, but I got
Do you do any videos anymore other than this one?
Some. Not many.
Yeah.
It's just fucking time, mate. Really busy. I was going to chat to you guys and you about this as well, actually, because I still really need to define what needs to be going on with this being a footy channel, because this isn't really footy chat. This will go onto the podcast channel at some stage. It's just how and when that really goes about it. And actually, yeah, I'm gonna put the Reddit questions in a minute. So you got a couple of minutes if you want to get a decent question in on Reddit. But yeah, I was gonna talk about Patreon. So I thank you. We smashed the first goal. We hit the second goal. Although it's not showing that we've hit the second goal, we actually have hit the second goal. So a thank you to Michael Burke, who's donated on Patreon. And then we got some people who are getting prints. Steve Wilson and Two Shot Tino. Not sure that's his birth name. Kieran Sawe, Aditya Lingaruju, and Mohammed Ullah. So thank you to all you guys. You're all getting prints. A couple of us are getting some signed prints as soon as we get that first one sorted, which is pretty soon. Has he replied to you actually today?
No.
Mint. So yeah, thank you to you guys on Patreon. Now we started the Patreon because a lot of you guys have suggested it actually, and that's a way for us to get in the guests that charge essentially. So they charge and we can afford to pay them because YouTube advertising is fucking woefully shit. And I wanted to do some more of the foreign ones, and I wanted to bring the documentaries. And the documentaries, I have to pay for a crew and a camera for all of those. And I was bringing in, even with decent numbers, about 5% of what they actually cost to make. So it's not cost effective, even though that's the sort of videos that I wanted to make. Some people suggested Patreon, so you don't have to. But if you want to, go and check it out on there, because there is some good rewards. And I think as soon as we drop that first celebrity, if he ever fucking replies to Ben, then I think there'll be a few more of you jump on that. And there's another one that I'm talking to on email. In fact, there's a few that were irons in the fire. It's just nailing them all down for dates. One in particular, if it comes off, will be fucking spectacular. I'm 50-50 on whether or not he'll actually agree, but we can but hope. What else do we want to talk about? Alright, yeah, so let's get to the Reddit questions. Let's pull Reddit up. Right, let's get the questions in. Righty then, let's start at the bottom. Out of City and Arsenal and Spurs away games, if I could win one, lose one, draw one, how would you want it?
I'd probably get a beat at Spurs if you had to,
because they're probably not going to affect where we finish anyway.
Yeah.
I think they're ahead. Yeah, I agree on that.
and I'm not really asked about them. Don't really have a like or dislike against them.
Draw with City to peg them down a little bit, and obviously don't really want to lose to City, and lose at Arsenal because I'm thinking we're probably going to remain ahead of them going into the final whatevers of the season. I think.
Well, they've announced the fixtures now, haven't they? Like the game week, so which I thought it would be the Southampton game. We're going to play in between, just before Palace.
Yeah,
the last week.
So I would go with that. Yeah. Oh yeah. Beat City, lose to Arsenal.
What's about that question there?
Which one?
Would you rather have City win the Champions League and Liverpool win the league in the same season, or have you relegated?
This one's 9 hours ago, right? So I was in the barbers thinking about this one, just all quiet, like.
So, what? It's like what Gary Neville said, isn't it? It's like having someone sleep with your wife.
I think I'd take being relegated, because I think you're going to have a lot of fun in the Championship on the way back up.
Oh,
and I think United do have a lot of shit fans.
Yeah,
right?
I know. I was going to say,
I think you trim off a lot of that,
yeah.
and I think you end up with a better fan base on the back end of that, because I think that'd be fun as fuck to have a good go in the Championship. My old man says some of the best times he had following United was when they was just fucking tear-assing through towns in the 70s in Division 2.
Yeah, you think about like some of the teams, like going to Burton and back to Forest, and Villa will still be in there, wouldn't they? And like say Huddersfield, Wolves. Yeah, there's some classic cities and towns in there, isn't there?
Mafia House, I think he's trying to explain the Mandela effect. People remember a thing, e.g. a death or a murder happening 20 years ago, and people remember the thing The same thing but happened earlier. Definition. I'm going to have to check that on Google in a minute because I haven't a fucking clue what you're on about. In fact, do you want to Google it on Finger? Have I seen the doc with Neville and Carragher? Yeah, I did. It was pretty good, actually.
Well, the referee one? No, I never watched that.
Yeah, he's going to Google that. Let's see. How come my name is spelt with a PH and not V? Because that's how my mum and dad spelt it. What do I think of UFC 210? Oh, did you watch?
No.
Oh, man. I was... You got the Weidman fight, which was a fucking stupid, fucked up call by the referee. You've got the final fight in which Rumble just decides to do his own thing. You know, his corner be like, why is he doing this? What's fucking about? And then he retires at the end of it. And you're like, what the fuck? Madness. With United having Chelsea, Arsenal, City and Spurs left, do I think we can make a push for Champions League football? Yeah, I really do think we can finish in the top 4. But we've got to stop the fuck-ups, like against Everton and whoever the fuck it was we drew with last week, I forgot. Which current United player do I think will show the most improvement in a second season? Pogba, I think.
Oh, he's gonna
just
be
in
dynamite.
perception, just in perception.
And to have a summer rest and that.
Would I rather see Hicks and Gracie versus Yoji Anjo or Champions League final? Ooh, I think Champions League final. I reckon. I wouldn't have minded being at UFC 1. Although, despite the fact that there was only 300 people at UFC 1, I've spoken to 1,000 people who was at UFC 1, which is quite incredible, really. Don't you think?
What's that? Sorry, I'm just reading about Mandela effect.
There was only 300 people or so at UFC 1.
Wow.
I've met 1,000 people who was at UFC 1.
Oh, it's like that is like that basically is saying about the Mandela effect, which is you remember something being a certain way, but actually it wasn't that way in the first place. So like people saying, oh, back in the 80s, thought Mandela was dying when he was actually in prison, but he didn't actually die until 2013. But then people claiming they remember seeing clips of his funeral on TV, and there's just like all the other stuff, like the TV show isn't called...
He got released in 89 or something, didn't he?
I can't remember.
Didn't reoffend.
He learned his Latin. Not that it was a lesson to learn in the first place, but just before we get that in, the show isn't called Sex in the City, it was called Sex and the City. You know that for Sarah Jessica Parker. I don't really remember watching it anyway. Yeah, it's just like little things like it could
people just incorrectly remember.
But this thing is when you put Kit Kat doesn't have a dash. More.
Oh.
Life isn't like a box of chocolate. That's like that. Interview with a vampire. The vampire isn't called Interview with a Vampire. Yeah, alright, we'll leave that one there.
Yeah, that might need revisiting. In 2014, did I think Liverpool would win it? And how did I win it?
No, I didn't think they would win it. I think it was more hopefulness.
Time Hop is actually pulling up. So I'm amazing, Some of the shit that I used to write on Facebook was fucking genius. Does it hit his hand?
No.
No, he's unlucky. He pulls it out the way, actually, really fucking well. Just taking a piss out of the Scousers.
I missed the penalty.
I'm not sure I thought they was going to do it, actually. But I definitely tuned in for the Palace game, hoping that they'd fuck it up, and they did.
No, I remember looking at the Palace game. Weren't they 3 up? Or 2 up, or something like that?
Yeah. Oh, they took the lead, I think. I don't know what the fuck
was
it not going tit for tat?
No, they were winning. Like I remember looking at it and thinking, 3-0, fucking hell, game over. And then just seeing the reaction after, like, you muppets! And Thingy was, crying on the TV, and Gerard pushing the camera away. That definitely did happen.
What do I think of Dortmund having to play today? I couldn't understand why it was so early. And my old man said it didn't affect the viewing figures for the matches tonight, which I guess makes sense. Did they? I don't actually know fully what happened. I'm not sure that they've released what happened.
Oh no, 3-0. 3-0 it was. Yeah, so I think they would come back.
I think it did go tit for tat.
I thought they didn't. Go on, carry on.
I thought I was going
No, there was 3-0. There was 3-0 down with 12 minutes to go.
Maybe it's because I definitely watched that last 10 minutes.
Would you say that's a better comeback than Istanbul in 2005?
Why not? Yeah. You only drew the game. wankers. That is one of the questions, actually, which was a better comeback, Istanbul or 99. 99, because you know why? It goes, and Solskjaer has won it. Not, and Solskjaer has took it to penalties. That's the difference. And it was to win 3 trophies.
They're not
one.
They must be confident they're not sending the goalkeeper up for this one.
Oh fuck me. Why don't I upload FIFA or Footy Manager no more? Once we get properly over the line with the second Patreon goal, we're either going to do a Footy Manager one, or we'll do a because we mentioned it last week, we'll do a Wii Sports for 2 hours.
Do you see, speaking of Footy Manager, do you see what they tweeted today?
No.
After? Do you see new Tony Adams has signed for Granada?
No.
No.
Oh, Kieran Richardson. Someone mentioned that in the comments a second ago.
You know who else is signed? Nigel Reo-Coker.
Right, someone go and book a flight and get Andreas Pereira on, because he's never going to get a game if that's what he's fucking signing.
It's like you're playing in La Liga. You're not playing.
Who was Reo-Coker playing for? Is it 2005 or something? What? It's 2017. Why is he still getting?
It was either. I think it was someone like Montreal Impact, but he weren't necessarily playing. Kieran Richardson was at Cardiff most recently.
Wow.
But like Footy Manager tweeted, when you do the search, free agents, whatever, most international caps.
That's what he's done. But Reo-Coker's not coming up on that fucking list either, is it? Oh my god. We was chatting at work on Monday. It was like someone should have done a Paulo Merceno, like a Spanish commentator, saying, "Why is this fucking guy coming over here? We've not got any young Spanish managers that can get jobs, and what does he fucking know about La Liga?" And maybe he had to be there. If I had to live with one United player, past or present, who would it be and why? Who's yours?
If you had to live with them?
Yeah.
Well, if I had to live with someone, I want someone who's going to be fucking quiet.
I like that's on the top of your list.
Yeah, not going to make a mess.
fucking kicking off them.
Oh,
that's clearly at the top of your fucking priorities if that's it. I mean, this is quiet in here, so I'm alright.
Last night I took her home, like she doesn't really nap in the daytime now, and she had a bit of a cold. So Mum was feeding her, sat on the settee, and she sat on the settee like leaning against the cushions, and she fell asleep. I'll show you a picture. I took a picture of her, just so I can show when she gets older. Jay either comes up here to play on the PlayStation. Fucking hell. Like eyes are in the back of the head and everything.
That's proper kipping.
Yeah.
Snoring.
Oh, yeah, full on.
Jay either comes up here and he puts his headphones on and he watches YouTube while he plays it, or he does that in his room, and Janine's fucking out anyway, or working or wherever, so I'm most of the time, especially because I work from home most days, I'm in here, and it's just me and the dog, and he doesn't really have a lot to say for himself unless someone's at the door. So, I mean, he literally spends all day doing that. Like... The life, innit? Proper flexing. Apart from when someone comes to the door and you think he's going to bite your fucking head off. Yeah. So for me, it'd be someone I could talk to, and I reckon... Oh, he loves to talk, as we've already established. Hence why I do an hour and a half of me just talking every week, at least. Eric? Yeah, that's too easy, that. It isn't. It feels fraudulent to say Eric. Bobby Charlton, how about that? Because I bet he's got stories for days. Yeah. He's seen everything at Manchester United. And I'm sure he's got... But would he tell you, though? Does he have an opinion on it all? Or is he just like... Is he corporate? Yeah. So someone along those lines, maybe. Paddy Crerand, because he's mental, isn't he? And he doesn't stop talking. He's got no filter. Yeah. So maybe Paddy Crerand. Maybe that's it. Paddy Crerand's like me at work. You can see on the verge of some fuck off. Got fucked right over. But anyway. Robbie Keane might be going to Granada as well. Shut up! My God. No, to be fair though, I mean, Robbie Keane could probably do. Kieran Richardson and Jesus. Nigel Reo-Coker. To be fair, they are one of his boyhood clubs that he's always dreamed of playing for. So you can't blame me if they come in for him. No. It's always been a dream of his to play for Granada. Yeah. I thought it was going Granada Studios. So who are you having then, if you had to nail one down? Oh, yeah, I'm just trying to think now, like someone who's just a bit of a chiller. You want someone who's going to be a chill Robbo was don't want someone who's going to be on a bender, like Sharpie or, early gigs and that. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, you say Robbo would just sit there and get pissed, wouldn't he? No. Someone's at the door? Oh, I had to leave the keys in the door. I'm sure I'll get a text in a minute if I have. I don't know. Gary Neville, because he's boring, isn't he? Yeah, but he's up at R5 attacking the day.
Yeah, but he'd be gone, wouldn't he? I would still get a lion.
Oh, what's he done?
I reckon he's proper, like, anal about cleaning as well.
That'd be good.
Yeah.
Like John Richardson.
Yeah, you just
Hoover
leave...
in his skirting boards.
Yeah, you just leave all your shit out and you put it away.
Do you know what? I reckon I've left the keys in the door.
Great stuff.
I'm going to get a phone call in a minute saying you've left your keys in the door. Yeah, I reckon. No, I think I could go with someone that's going to... I'm borderline old retired man anyway, so I think a Paddy Carrera would do really well. Me and Paddy.
Yeah, Paddy'd be alright.
Having arguments about just...
Live with Lee
Paddy Everett, Dennis Irwin. He'd be like...
Lee Martin, and he'll just have his FA Cup final medal with him.
Be making a brew in the morning, wouldn't they? Like, do you want a brew?
You've seen this?
Yeah. Oh, can you go and sort that out for us? It's easier for you to get out with it. Yeah, we got a text. I left the key in the door. Right, see if any more comments from you guys. Rooney in his prime or Tevez in his prime? Rooney all day long. Has to be Ole Solskjaer, says Matthew. That's not a bad shout, actually. I think Solskjaer would be a good one to live with. Matter would be a great guy to talk to. I think Matter, because he's getting into his cooking, isn't he? I'll ask Ben when he comes back actually about this one, because I think that's a good one. Matter's just started cooking, hasn't he? What if he makes cakes and shit? That'd be a good one.
Yeah, make paella and that.
Yeah. Matter might not be a bad one. And he'd give you a hug every morning, wouldn't he?
I reckon he's he's quite quiet. Yeah, Matter probably would do, yeah. Teach you Spanish as well. Wouldn't mind learning about a bit of that.
That means yes in Spanish. That.
All right, does it?
No problem, yeah.
No.
That's what I'm here for. Yeah, that's a good question, that, Matthew. That's the sort of questions I like. Not like, do you think we should sign Mbappe?
Yeah, go on then. Why don't we sign everyone?
I might just reply to everyone who says that. Yeah, sign him.
Yeah,
let's sign him.
Good squadman.
Jerius Norwood says, I think that awarding an automatic Champions League spot to winning the FA Cup is a brilliant way to make the competition. I'm sure I said this 10 years ago, you know.
Yeah, I don't know though. With the domestic competitions, it's like, what happens if you got someone like Millwall in it?
Fuck them.
Champions League.
Yeah, should have won it. You should have won it. It would make it more interesting.
Yeah, it does.
Four league spots for it. Like, I played Champ Manager 2 not long ago, and it's great, but it's a nightmare when you come second in the league in your UEFA Cup against Roller Volgograd, and you're like, fuck! Because you can only get into the Champions League by winning it, but there's only 16 teams or something in it, so it's
yeah, I mean, there is going to be a point in time where they're going to expand it from its current format again.
Yeah, it's got to go to a cup.
Do you remember when, I think we've said this before, do you remember when they had like 2 group stages?
Yeah, I'm sure it was only 1 or 2 seasons. It was chaos.
Yeah.
2000, 2001 or 2002 or something like that.
I think because I vaguely remember having Fiorentina or something.
I think we played Monaco as well. Should we have a look? Because, yeah, that was fucking intense. And I think we was already doing tons of games anyway. 2-stage group champions. 2002, 2003.
So what was it?
It was a second group stage. So there was a first group stage.
There was 32 teams in the first group.
And then a second group stage. And then a knockout phase.
So there were 12 games before the knockout stages.
Let's have a look. Yeah. So we had Maccabi Haifa, Olympiacos, Bayer Leverkusen in our first group. Is that?
Yeah, looks like it.
All right. And then where's the second group stage? Yeah. And then these are pretty good groups actually. Now this.
Oh yeah.
These were solid fucking groups. So you had group 1 was Barca, Inter, Newcastle, Bayer. How did they get through? Oh, they must have come second in ours. Valencia, Ajax, Arsenal, Roma. That's a fucking nightmare of a group, isn't it?
That not one of the seasons when Arsenal got through the group stages. Oh well, did they count that because they got through the first group stage? They better fucking not.
Milan, Madrid, Dortmund, and Moscow. United, Juventus, Basel, and Deportivo La Coruña. It was mint for a little bit of a period of time, and then we got Madrid in the knockout stage.
Yeah, that's when Ronaldo
that was one. Yeah. Oh shit, yeah, that was that season. But that was straight into the quarters. That was the quarter semi-final.
Most boring final ever. Juve Milan.
Let's see how many games you had to play here. So you had to play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 11, 17 games if you didn't have to qualify. And if you had to, because a lot of teams had to go in that qualifying stage. Like Bayern Munich was in the qualifying round.
United was.
Inter was. Yeah, United was. So you're talking 19, call it fucking 20. 20 fucking
but how many games
games
did we play in 99? Because we had to qualify again in that year.
Yeah. And then the calendar year 99 with all the extra shit you have to do as well. Ooh.
We're going to play similar amount of games this year, aren't we, really?
It's a lot of football, man. United Airlines thing is funny. Not if you're getting fucked over, man. It's lucky, innit? Adidas or Nike? Adidas for me.
I've got an Adidas jumper on and Nike trainers, so. But I've only ever buy Nike trainers. However, is it the MND, the Adidas trainers?
Is that the new ones with a shit sticking on the side?
Yeah, they're bad. I like them.
Darren Lennon said he's lived with Roy Keane. No. Because you'd not dry a cut properly or something after washing up and he'd throw it at you, I think.
Yeah, and I'm not a big fan of dogs. He's got loads of dogs.
Airy dogs as well. He's a short-haired staff, so you don't really get a lot of air, but they're Labradors and shit. You just leave your house looking like a barber's. FNA says, do I think the players and managers should take a shortened summer break so they can come back early? I think rest is as good as fucking graft, you know. You're not talking about people that are getting out of shape mostly in the off season. You're talking, look at Pogba's out playing basketball and doing kickboxing and shit. I think give them a proper rest, because I think the grind of our season can really get to us. Lee Davis says, what dog have I got? I've got a black staff called Diesel, who's a top chiller. Most of my Instagram pictures are of Diesel just sleeping in various parts of my house, because that's what he does. Is there a Pogba chant yet? No, not heard one. There should be one, especially when there's a fucking Ashley Young one. Let's go back to these comments, because there was loads and I said I was going to read them all. If you want to get involved as well, the link below, we've got a Reddit, and I want to get more stuff on here. So for next week, if you see any conspiracy theories you'd like us to talk about, I'm going to get down to that in a second as well, then let us know, because I want to talk about some conspiracies. Give us your top conspiracies, bang them on the Reddit, and then we'll do a weekly Reddit questions as well. I think.
Is outside the box?
Oh, he's well outside the box.
Look where the referee is as well.
Fucking chopper. If he's coming to United, he needs to fuck that hair off. Starters. I thought he had short hair.
No. Only 1-0. Dangerous score.
From a penner. He's got a good finish on him, though, hasn't he? What are my thoughts on retrospective punishments for diving when somebody obviously dives? Give them retro. I'm not a fan of retrospective stuff.
I don't mind retrospective stuff, but the diving one is hard, because sometimes you've got to dive out of the way, otherwise you're getting absolutely mullered. So is that then classed as a dive?
It's when you go like that with it, I think.
But they're not going to have the sound on it, are they? The players aren't going to be mic'd up for them just to have make that noise.
But they might be. Oh, that was a dig. The guy who got kicked off United Airlines had a really dark past and was facing 20 years in prison. Not saying he deserved it. That's a bit weird. It's irrelevant, mate. Yeah, it's completely fucking irrelevant. If he did he go to prison? Even if he did go to prison, doesn't mean you get to beat the fuck out of him and take his seat. No, that's bullshit, that. And the reason you know about that is because someone at United Airlines was like, we've got a shitstorm coming our way, holler it fucking back, because, they've lost $1 billion off the value, which is fucking intense. Question for Ben, says Will, is the Apple Watch worth it?
Yeah, it's alright.
A fucking ringing endorsement!
Yeah, well, it depends on it. I like it. It's good because you connect my phone with it. It's waterproof and that, and you can work out with it when I can be asked. But I mean, you get my notifications on there, and you can answer it. You can answer it and talk on it. Look at me.
How often have you done that though?
I've done it a few times. Like when I'm at home and stuff. If my phone's upstairs and it rings, I'll answer it. And you can you can change the music if you're going for a run or something, and you can have wireless headphones, but I don't want to look like a twat. So I just put my headphones in, but rather than getting your phone out of the pocket to change it, you can skip it on stuff. It's pretty cool. Don't get me wrong, there's loads of stuff on there. I probably don't know how to use the majority of the shit, which I don't care.
I like the handoff feature, with my iPhone and the MacBook. I have that dock over there with my phone, and all three of these fucking machines ring when some fucker rings me. I don't know how to just make it work to one.
Yeah.
That works, but I can't get notes on this one for some fucking reason. They're on that one, they're on this one, they're on my phone. But when I go to this, look, just fucking blank ass notes. I have to copy and fucking paste stuff.
Yeah. It depends. It depends if you want to buy one and spend that much money on it. Like I don't really. Well, not yet. I'm not. I didn't pay the full whack for it, so. And
you got through work, innit?
Yeah, and I don't intend to either. So. You know what I mean?
What else we're gonna fucking say then? I can't fucking remember. I forgot. But yeah, I like them. I think they're a good idea.
Yeah, it's smart. I mean, it's good. I mean, the thing that pisses me off though, always to ask me to breathe. Like, yeah, I'm breathing anyway, dickhead. Do you know what I mean? It says take a minute to breathe, and then it measures your heart rate and that. Concentrate, like meditate, basically. But it flashes up in the most inappropriate. So just like, dismiss.
When you're getting mad,
dismiss.
It's probably fucking. It's probably doing you a good favour.
That was pretty cool.
Who's my favourite comedian? Who's my least favourite? Actually, someone said after we was talking about Chappelle dropping his special, they said go check out Anthony Jeselnik. So I had a check out of him. Have you seen him? No. Fucking rubbish. Oh my god. Like literally there's a guy standing on stage with a mic, like trying to repeat like the most like football Twitter style jokes, just like Joe, trying to be offensive jokes or headlines even. They're not even jokes. He's just saying shit that he thinks is offensive. And it was like giggles from the crowd because like, oh, that was a bit naughty for saying that. But it just wasn't funny. It wasn't well thought out. It wasn't good fucking blah blah blah. It was just like,
I can't really. I don't really watch. I say stand-up comedians. It's not. It's like, if I'm watching at home, I don't sit there going, laughing out loud. Someone also said, look at a picture of Kevin Owens, and look at me.
It's me.
Is it?
It's a chunky guy with a beard.
No,
no, that's and let me compare. Let you compare.
Oh right. No, don't look like anyone.
Why is there more player power in football? Money. Bottom line. Back in the day, when a footballer earned a couple of £100 a week, and and maybe they needed to get in the team to have a decent wage at the end of the month, the manager can have a bit of power over them by like, well, I'm not going to fucking play you unless you start pulling your socks up, and they need that cash. Whereas now, they're making, some of them, $1 million a month. So like, I'm going to drop you, and they're like, cool, I'm going to the Caribbean.
I know, it's so much, but it's the way of the world, isn't it?
Ultimately, it's not going to affect the top level players because the top level players are driven athletes with the will to succeed. I don't know what this fucking dog's doing.
I'm just looking at that Albrighton, replay in terms of the penalty. Why are you giving him an opportunity there? Like,
don't make the ref make a decision, innit?
No. I mean, he's probably cut through, but would you trust your goalkeeper? Although saying that, he does have a decent record with saving pens, doesn't he? He saved 2 against
nowhere
Syria.
near that one, though.
No.
Zet Suano says, since the 99 team is far better than the Invincibles, what about the 96 team? And if not, what other title-winning teams would you compare? You can't really compare different eras, unfortunately. But I did like the 96 team because you had the promise of, like, think of, for those of you that are too young, you've got Rashford in the team and he's exciting. Well, we had Giggs and we had Neville's and we had Scholes and we had Beckham. You had a lot of excitement in that team, which started off the year, obviously, with Alan Hansen's famous, you'll not win anything with kids.
Oh, we got spanked by Villa 3-1.
And they were poor that day. They were poor.
Yeah, they were. Well,
United weren't firing.
We was playing on that grey kit.
Without Cantona in the team either.
Yeah, traditionally, we was always slow starters until Mourinho come and he had to change the way that we approach the season. Because we always, after the new year, you kick in, you think, oh, it's all right. But
it was a mad Fergie trait, wasn't it? And maybe that was because...
Well, you keep in contention, don't you?
And maybe that was because Fergie maybe didn't whip him as hard in training. Because he knew that it was a long season. Most teams aren't fighting for shit come April and March. So they can go hard early doors and try and do something. Whereas Fergie traditionally knew that he needed to be in contention late on in the game. And what he did to make that happen was maybe go a little lighter on him in pre-season. So that's maybe why we started slow. I don't know. You're trying to autopsy something that happened 10, 15, 20 years ago, isn't it?
But it was still throwing up.
Oh, no doubt. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't think they were just fucking having sangria and scratching their nuts like, but when you hear of some of the slogs Moyes was doing and some of the slogs Van Gaal was doing, and then the 2 days that they had him doing under Mourinho, and you go, maybe Fergie had a method in like maybe not going so hard on him, knowing that there was a bit more longevity in the squad by maybe not going as hard.
It is, but nowadays it's more of a squad thing, isn't it? So you're not having the same core of 11, 14 players who are playing the vast majority of the games, 90 minutes week in, week out. Spread around now. You're probably playing 40 games a season, 45 games a season, but you won't be playing unless you're Zlatan, Pogba, whatever. You're not playing all games.
Do you put your tomato sauce in the fridge or in the press? I think that means the cupboard.
In a cupboard.
Yeah, I put mine in the cupboard and then Janine puts it in the fridge.
Why? Surely that would mean it.
Mate, my fridge is just full of beer and sauces. That's like literally that's all that's in there.
Surely it'd be more difficult to squeeze out.
It's never hard. How hard is it to squeeze out?
Oh, when you get to near the end, it's a fucking pain in the ass.
Throwing, I know.
I know, but what happens if you've not gone to get a new one? Oh, he's offside there as well.
Mate, there's about 1,000 sauces in my fridge. If it's not tomato sauce, you can pull out. I mean, literally, name it, it's in there. From burger sauce to peri sauce to Nando's peri sauce to chili mayos and fucking hot sauces, and there's everything in there. There's a whole fucking stack of them in there. It's chaos. Someone just dropped something in there about who would win between a prime Anderson Silva and a prime GSP, and I think GSP, just because he would have took him down the way Chelsea took him down, and he would have decisioned him. It wouldn't have been an exciting fight. So there you go. Unfortunately, would you go to a Champions League final like United won in the past? But if you go, United aren't guaranteed to win it, so you won't experience the same game. Ooh. Yeah.
Yeah, you still go watch Champions League final, wouldn't you?
Yeah, because even if you go at the time live, you don't know what's happening.
No.
So yeah, and it gives it a bit more excitement not knowing what's going to happen. Yeah, I'd go. Serious question, panel up on pizza. You like it, don't you?
Yeah, it's alright.
Janine likes it.
It's not my first choice. Don't get me wrong, but
Jaden's into sweet corn on everything. Go Subway, he wants ham and sweet corn. If he gets a pizza, he wants chicken and sweet corn. Just like.
I was getting a bit of veg.
Is it?
Yeah, just about. Oh, what a finish that is.
Is that like Mbappe?
Yeah.
Should we sign him?
Ah, yeah. Put him in the under 23s.
Favourite year for United? 99.
Yeah.
Jonestown conspiracy. Around 1,000 people committed suicide. Might have to look in that one.
Yeah, definitely looking into that one.
Gerard, your question, which I'm not going to say out, but everyone here can see it. It doesn't last 15 seconds. Doesn't last 20 seconds. Let's give him 10 seconds for me to get over to him.
Just 10?
Yeah.
Oh, Kagawa, what a finish that is. Like, nice.
People love a bit of Kagawa.
Yeah, no, but do you know what just gets me? Like, just because they play for United, yeah, I appreciate he's look at that great turn finish. But it's like, oh no, I wish we had him still. Like, yeah, but where'd you fit all these players?
Well, I think we should have never got rid of the fucker. But ultimately, I wouldn't bring him back now. But I wish we hadn't got rid of him.
You can say that about a lot of people.
True.
You've seen...
Tom says Sweet Corn is banging. Tom, how old are you? Tell us in the comments. I'm going to say he's under 20.
No, I wouldn't mind a bit Sweet Corn.
Oh. Did the Moy season make going to Old Trafford fun again because the football was shite and you just thought you'd have a laugh and belt out songs? Yes. Exactly that. Exactly that. Legendary 628 says, I recently watched your old podcast on MUFC Latest when Moyes got sacked. You were blaming
on an old MUFC
how he let the
Latest
Scousers
podcast.
win the league. Was mint. Was he on that? Was it him and Matt that was on that? I think it was, you know.
Yeah, do you know what? To be fair, like I was just looking on the channel and the other day, and because it's still on my YouTube, and I was like, oh yeah. So I was looking, and they didn't do no numbers.
Numbers, bro.
But yeah, because there's some. I can't remember this. I'm watching and thinking, fucking hell, weird this. I'm watching it back.
There's more questions than this. Where have they all gone? Or did they inbox on me? Did people fucking inbox on me? How old is my kid and how come we never see your missus on your YouTube channel? He's 10. And she's never been on this because it's a football channel and she knows less than... I don't know, I was going to say a Manchester United YouTuber about football. But she said she would come on my gaming channel because we was going to do some games, just some of the retro games.
Yeah.
Like, because I played her at Mario Kart, and it was entertainment.
Oh, I love
flipping
Mario
out
Kart.
because she was shite.
So it's a bit like you are at FIFA.
How dare you? Now that's another comment. Now is who is the best at FIFA 17 out of all the lads on Full Time Devils? I think Gaz. In the little games that we've had in between each other, I think Gaz.
Just doing a season, me United second season. Yeah. Just beat Barcelona Champions League quarters.
Oh, I've done a little bit of research, like, because we was talking a couple of weeks ago, weren't we, about doing a podcast, and I found out what the crack is with the Manchester ending homelessness thing.
All right.
And we said we was going to do a 24-hour podcast and try and raise some money, and try and buy some homeless packs. I think I've that's the website.
Yeah.
Streetsupport.net. So for anyone that's interested, it was that. If I can't see the screen. It was Manchester ending homelessness, and it's streetsupport.net is the website. Yeah, I think the podcast, if you do a 24-hour podcast, could probably do it at the office, because it's just better.
Oh, yeah.
I think being cooped up in here for 24 hours would not be fun.
No.
I think you need a bit of a place to stretch out, I think.
Yeah, go for a bit of a walk and that.
Yeah. I think we need to get someone in like every couple of hours to make it fresh.
On that, like I said, I was listening to Russell Brand on the way, and he was just promoting, I can't remember, Ambassador, what they called? Oh, Bombast socks, which is like, I had to Google them. So they've been designed for comfort, premium performance and stuff. So the way that they've been, all sorts of shit. But for every pair that is bought, the pair is donated to homeless people.
That's cool.
So, because that's the most requested thing, as I was saying, for socks. So they've donated. Well, it says there nearly 2.3 million pairs of socks.
Wow, that's good.
I mean, well, I would imagine that's worldwide.
That's not bad.
Because I can't imagine that just being UK. Can you imagine that? There's not that many homeless people.
Yeah, but it's a lot. You don't wear the same pair forever.
Well, I know, but how do they keep finding them?
So yeah, I think I've sort of decided the details. It's just on what lines up in terms of how and when we do it. I think we should probably do it around Remembrance Sunday. Some point around then.
My birthday, that.
So maybe don't do it that weekend. Or maybe we do it that weekend and just get twisted, but we'll fall asleep. We'll fall asleep halfway through it. That's probably not a good idea. So I think we should do it around then. Maybe the week before or the week after if we can't do the week of. Do a 24-hour. Try and book in like 10 people to come and just fucking talk to us for that different time. I'm sure we'll get like Flaky and Illy or whoever pop by as well.
Yeah.
If you did it at the office, there's a foosball table. There's a telly with a fucking PlayStation hooked up to it and everything. There's views outside over the ship canal and that. So, and they did a hackathon in there, and they just threw a lot of beanbags on the floor and stuff. And it's like fucking 50 nerds in there just fucking going mad. So I think we could probably do it there. I could speak to the building and find out if that would be all right to do it there, and see if we can fucking rock it. So I think 24 hours live stream. Drop some donation links to a Just Giving, and we'll cost out before then. We'll cost out how much the homeless packs are going to be. They're going to be like £4 or £5 each, I think, to make.
You have to check. It depends what the cinema, I guess, doesn't it?
Yeah, but it's definitely a couple of pairs of socks, protein bar, toothbrush, toothpaste, like hand wipes, or baby wipes, stuff like that. If it's cold, and it fucking will be by December, hat and gloves, some shit like that. Yeah,
it's freezing now.
It has gone cold this last couple of days after the weekend was roasting.
Oh,
How many of you had a barbecue at weekend?
Did you end up? You had a barbecue?
Yeah, I had to watch the match, but we had a barbecue.
You had to.
Well, you know what I mean. Yeah, everyone was in the garden when I was in the front room watching the match.
Okay, I had to go back out and pick Mrs. up. Second half, so I thought I've recorded it, be live, come back. I've not looked at my phone. No one's texted me. No results have come up buzzing. I watched the second half in peace. I mean, it was a bit of a non-event, obviously, because it was the 10 men. But got home, pressed play. Only recorded the first, like the pre-match bit, and I was like, "You son of a..."
See, this is why you don't fuck with them stupid bent boxes.
No, it wasn't. That was on legit TV. I was recording it on BT.
Unlucky. Make sure you check out the Titanic conspiracy theory. I did.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I'm buying it, to be honest. Insurance fraud happens all the time. I'm sure it happened in the 1900s. I'm just not buying that particular one. The Titanic and the Olympic being switched. I mean, it could have happened. Don't think it did happen. Gerrard has not won the league. Watch Theo Von's podcast called This Past Weekend. You'll like it. Do you know which podcast I have just got into recently? Is Jim Norton. That's a good podcast. A good comedy special on Netflix, actually. Jim Norton's Mouthful of Shame. But he does one with Matt Serra, talking about UFC. That's a really good podcast. Matt Serra, obviously former UFC champion, one of the fucking coolest dudes. Like, caricature New Yorker. So when he says time, he doesn't say time, he says time. It's fucking good podcast. I don't know where the fuck I was going with that one, but whatever. Yeah, that's just a podcast I've started listening to recently. I listen to a load, man. I was listening to Football Ramble before. Football Ramble's a really good one for just general football talk. New World Order hates America and the Pledge of the Allegiance. That's a bit deep. If I go to space right now, would I go? Yeah? Would you?
To do what?
Go see it, innit? Take your camera. GoPro it.
Yeah. Not a lot to do though, is it?
You can find out for definite if it's flat or not.
Well, how? Because you'd only see one perspective, wouldn't you? Unless
Yeah,
you're
you
going
get
all
to
the
see the curve of it.
Yeah, but
And you'd also see it rotating slightly, so I think you could put two and two together. I think you're a fart smeller, you could do that.
well, possibly.
The airlines reimbursed all the passengers on the flight. How's that worked?
Sweet, but it's gone beyond that though, isn't it? It doesn't matter. Like you don't
just get to beat the fuck out of a guy and then be like,
some things you can't.
Sorry,
you can't put a monetary value on something.
I'm sure his lawyers are gonna find one.
Oh yeah, yeah.
He's had 2 teams.
Yeah,
of course he has.
I bet he's on a no-win, no-fee basis as well.
There was a guy tweeted, like, if that was me that got pulled off that flight, I'd have been holding a press conference in a wheelchair the next day. Get an ambulance. Do I listen to the United We Stand podcast? Yes, I do. Just got back from Orlando and it's fucking freezing back here. In Orlando? Oh, back here. I got it.
I think he's interviewed Paul Ince, hasn't he? Mitten this week.
He's done what was the one he did this week? He did something else this week, which was pretty fucking good as well. He got Mourinho not long ago, didn't he?
Well, Paul Ince answered every question that readers put to him, so that'll be quite interesting to see because there'll be some I can imagine.
He's pretty rum on BT Sports. Is it the Social Show, whatever it's called, whatever they call it?
I don't know which
he started ripping his lad, didn't he?
Yeah,
that was funny.
Really?
Yeah, he said something like, "It's Tom, innit, his son." He said Tom reckons he's a better footballer than you, and he goes, "Does he now?" He goes, "Who's he play for? Derby." He's like, "I play for Liverpool, United, and Milan, mate."
Don't forget, he did hype him up. Do you know what that sort of that father and son relationship reminds me of? The Eubanks, in a way.
Does he have a truck though, and a monocle?
Don't know.
Apparently, Tupac is in Cuba.
No, I'm not having that. I've seen that before. I'm not having that.
If I could play the lead role in one film, what would it be? Don't know. What do you think of shit like that?
I know. It's like, what's your favourite this? What's your favourite that? It's hard, isn't it? It's hard to.
Don't know. I like films. I do like watching films.
Oh, I watched Split the other day.
Split. Oh, that's the one with James McAvoy.
Yeah.
Yeah, still not seen it.
It's alright, you know. It's alright. Although my missus is just talking away through it like, can't be doing this, can't be doing that. Oh, no.
What's he been in?
No, it's nothing like that. It's basically the whole concept of the film. I won't get into it, but, you know.
Is a guy with multiple personalities.
Multiple personalities, and the 24th being the 23, and there's a 24th trying to get out. Who's a beast, who's superhuman strength and stuff like that. And basically,
it's M. Night Shyamalan. I know some shit's going to get weird at the end.
Although at the end, I don't know if anyone wants me to spoil it, but I will.
Spoil it for me.
Bruce Willis is in it.
Is he a ghost at the end?
No. But it is in relation to another film because James McAvoy gets when he's the beast, he gets shot point blank range with a shotgun, but he doesn't die,
Okay.
and he disappears.
Is that because his multiple personalities are able to heal?
Well, no,
he's
because
a doctor?
because when he's the beast now, and he's got superhuman, and he's not human anymore, or something like that. But then, so he show him like tending to his wounds, and then it's on the news, and they like pans to this diner, and like, oh, remember this story? Our story's similar to this about 15 years ago. Can't remember the guy's name, and then Bruce Willis goes, yeah, Mr. Glass.
It's a sequel to Mr. Glass, to Unbreakable.
Well, potentially what they might do is, well, something like maybe, because obviously I remember it the wrong way around. Like Samuel Jackson was Mr. Glass, but he's in prison. So like James McAvoy's character may break out him out of prison, and then Bruce Willis will have to go after him.
Convoluted.
But I don't know.
If I could warn people about one tragedy, what would it be? Piers Morgan's birth.
Yes.
If you can't pick United, what team do I manage on Footy Manager in the Premiership? I don't usually. I usually start with like Salford or Droylsden or someone.
You'd probably go Spurs, wouldn't you? If you had to pick a Premier League team.
Yeah, or Southampton maybe or something.
Got a bit of dough. Going to be in the new stadium because you're going to get a bit more dough. Got a decent team. Youngsters.
Is it a coincidence that Donald Trump was inaugurated exactly 8 years, same time, same day after Obama became president? It happens every 8 years. Don't anyone think this is fucking weird? Or every 4 years, kind of.
Can you see him doing full 4 years?
Yeah. Just because as much as I love the chaos, like of something crazy to happen, I just can't.
It's not about being crazy. I mean,
can handle the pressure, maybe.
Yeah.
There's a lot of pressure, especially for a fucking crackpot like him. I mean, literally just arguing with people like, I had the biggest inauguration. No, you didn't. I did, though. No, you didn't. But I got the wrong information.
Saying Bruce Willis just sets it up for a second part. It has a sequel in the making. All right, fair enough. Yeah, you would imagine because he's not been apprehended.
Dude, I see the pick of the 11-year-old killed in Stockholm. No, I've not.
I don't want to see.
Actually,
I don't want to see a picture of that.
No, there's no need for that. But let's talk about this crazy bitch. So, I've still not talked about the water car conspiracy. To be fair, I've not read enough of it. It's late, innit?
Yeah.
Right, so fucking this stupid fuck. Metrolink let my 4-year-old get off a tram with strangers. What the headline should have been is, stupid bitch lets kid get on tram without her. No
she
news.
actually let him get on without her?
Yeah. So she's standing on the platform, the tram comes, the doors open, the kid gets on the tram, she hears the beep, like there's a beep. If you don't know the Metrolink in Manchester, there's a beep. It goes beep, 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 beep. Before the doors shut. She does nothing, she's fucking about the pram, because she's got another kid. The tram door's shut with her 4-year-old on, that fucks off to the next stop. She gets on the blower, she tells him, you've got my fucking kid on. I mean, I think that happens quite a lot in all honesty, surprisingly. And they get the kid, and the kid gets off with 3 adults at the next stop who are waiting for her because she's ran to the next stop. And then go, like, we got off, here's your kid.
She's ran to the next stop, but consequently she's left her other kid at the other stop.
Cannot confirm or deny what happened with the pram. I mean, that's I don't know what you do. But yeah, so she allowed the kid to get on, and now it's the Metrolink's fault.
But it's easy to blame someone else. You got to take responsibility for your own actions.
Like I said, it beeps. It's loud.
No.
It's fucking annoying, actually.
I imagine it would be difficult if you're dealing with one kid in the pram and another kid who's 4. They just run around and do whatever they want.
That's
so I appreciate that.
Grab by the fucking and go, come here, you little fuck.
Yeah. Discipline.
Yeah. Whatever. Matthew says, you've got me into House of Cards. I'm halfway through season 4. The ending's wild on season 4. Have you done season 4 in yet?
Nah, I just got bored of it.
It does kick back up again, in that season. Everyone talking about Split. I haven't fucking seen it. Paul Ince on Michael Owen, biggest cunt. I don't know if I'd say it's either of them, to be honest.
Both look pretty weighty nowadays.
Are you going to watch the new Fast and Furious? Probably.
Are you?
Yeah, probably.
Oh,
I mean, I might not go to pictures for it, but I still want to watch it.
Oh, wait. So you're going to watch it illegally?
No. It'll come on Sky eventually.
Oh.
That shit gets onto fucking Premier Rapid, mate.
Ah, bullshit. They done me in when they was on the world's longest runway.
I seen a meme the other day, which is, how did Fast and the Furious go from this, which was like cars with neons racing to the explosion stuff with the rock in it, like it is now. Like when did that happen?
Oh well, do you remember Fast and Furious 2, Tokyo Drift?
I didn't watch that one.
No, it was. Yeah, I've seen it. It's dog shit.
Which said everyone everywhere.
It's in Tokyo.
How well have I done with non-league teams? Usually indifferent. I can usually get them promoted a couple of times, but then it gets fucking ninja, doesn't it? You usually don't have any sort of cash to be competing with everyone around you. Like I said, I've been fucking about with a 3-2-2-3 formation, the WM formation, the Babes, and that was hard.
I reckon if you played me FIFA with that formation, I'll twat you.
Okay, but if I play you on Footy Manager, the aggregate score, I'll put 8 past McCullough and 8 past fucking Scatman Dave.
Yeah, probably. I just play.
Adam nearly cried as well.
I play 9 non-1.
He's not a good loser. What, to just... Oh, you're going to Italian it, yeah?
Yeah, I'll Leicester it, yeah.
Stan says House of Cards is dope, it's a must watch. 5 greatest hip hop artists.
Oh, wow. That's sad.
Tupac, Biggie, Nas. Eminem.
Well, lad. Because, like...
Don't know who comes in 5th.
Like, Royce 5'9" is one of my favourites. Crooked Eye as well. It's sick. Check his latest freestyle out, by the way, that he did on LA Leakers. That's a sick one.
Jay-Z.
Nah, not a big Jay-Z fan, me. No.
Can't deny his legacy.
But I can. Just have.
Just been playing Legend of Zelda. What Link to the Past? What is your favourite retro game? I never played Zelda or any of them sort of fantasy games like that. I literally play shoot 'em, football, and that's really it. There's some good sniping games I like. Jaden got one for the PlayStation, which is a bit of a retro.
Oh, the Tom Clancy Splinter Cells. They were mint.
Yeah.
They were mint back in the day.
Harry says, watch Homeland. That's on Netflix as well at the minute, innit?
Yeah.
I think I'll lose my life if I watch that. I get too deep into
Prison
shit
Break
like that.
Season 5. Like, oh, get over it. It's time ago.
He died! Kinda.
Yeah. Does my head in that when they try and bring it back just to make dough off it.
Yeah. Will Wayne Rooney get a statue or a stand named after him?
Hard to say that, innit?
I had a fucking class come back to this, which I can't say in public, I don't think.
No, he's not going to be in the next 5-10 years.
Yeah, but let's say no. Tokyo Drift was the third one, and it was great. What was the second one?
I don't know.
I thought that was the second one as well. Am I the only person left?
Dr. Dre's not a hip hop artist, is he?
Not in the same thing here. Will McGregor fight Conor? Yeah, I think he will. I've not got any tattoos. I was actually thinking of getting something this week, actually.
Or just on a whim?
It's a tiny, tiny little thing, but I didn't do it, and I don't know if I'm going to do it. I was just thinking of doing it.
Oh yeah, Kendrick album's out Friday. Damn, can't wait for that one.
Stan says Fast and the Furious is shit. What do I think about Rumble retiring? Yeah, I mean, the guy's 33. He was being really obscure and like caged about what he was going off to do. It was like, you're all going to see what I'm about to do, but it's not sealed yet, so just wait and see. And it was like,
okay,
what the fuck are you going to do? You smash dudes in the face harder than anyone's ever smashed dudes in the face. I think that's pretty much all you're going to be able to do. Like, I don't know. I get the impression he's going to have to do some god-bothering shit. Do you get a vibe like
he's
going to be like Jesus Camp or something? That's a shame. Rename E stand to the Wayne Rooney stand. I think some people might burn it if that happens.
No, because so Bobby Charlton didn't get a stand named after him until
he's in his 70s.
Until Mourinho was getting announced. Coincidentally.
What's my opinion on trade schools, Colin? In what sense? Trade schools as in like apprenticeships?
Or trade schools as in like traders? Do they even have schools?
I don't know if it's yeah. That's something that I never knew. Like, where's your fucking like careers advisors? Careers advisors certainly in working class areas are like, what do you want to do? Do you want to be an electrician or a plumber? Or do you want to go to uni and do some other bullshit and then end up being some other fucking bullshit job? Do you want to work in a call centre?
I can't remember speaking to a careers advisor.
Mine told me to go in the army. I did. But like, yeah, they don't tell you. Like, because I remember thinking, actually, there was a lad I was in the army with whose brother was, not a Wall Street, what's the London one?
London Stock.
London Stock
Footsie.
Exchange. Yeah. He works there
London
and was
Stock
on
Exchange.
fucking Crazy Dough. And I remember being like, how'd you even get into that? Like, I don't know, like,
You must
how
show.
the fuck did you get into that?
Must show something. Because it's a young man's game, isn't it?
Yeah, supposedly, because everyone dies of coke overdoses by the time they're all old, don't they? The Ashley Young stand, Jesus Christ. Why do I reckon the BBC don't do a dedicated sports? And I've said this a lot as well. The fact that they have all these other bullshit channels, they could fill that fucker up. The way they go hard on the Olympics as well. Make stars out of these fuckers year round. Dicks. There's a video going around of Lomachenko's hand speed and it's fucking nuts. The guy had 400. Did it? Was it 400? It was certainly over 390 amateur fights. And he's like 8-1, I think, as a pro. But if you look at the records of the guys that he's fought, fucking hell. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Lomachenko. Mafia, you have a budget to make a film of any theme bar football, and the only characters are United players. What kind of film and who plays who? Mob movie with Fellaini as a mob boss, but it's a comedy.
What?
I don't know.
I wouldn't even know where to start.
The Maro and Fellaini stand. Oh, apprenticeships. Yeah, I think ultimately that's a good thing, and I think they should probably put more focus on that for people. But I think asking 14-year-olds what they want to do with their life is nuts.
Well, it's hard though because, like, what in 30 years' time though, what's the job market going to be like?
That's the one.
It's going to be completely different, and you're probably going to have a lot of AI to do stuff.
Yeah.
So then,
and you're going to have machines taking loads of people's jobs.
So we would just be obsolete rather than machines like.
Well, when I was at school, you couldn't do web design courses, right? And in between me leaving school and now, web design went bang into a big trade where people made a lot of money, and now it's almost obsolete again because people have invented programs and websites that allow you to build websites which are fucking cheaper and more effective. Like, look at Squarespace and stuff. You can build a bitchin' website for like $9.99 a month.
Yeah.
Why are you going to pay thousands for a guy? Unless you're trying to build something entirely unique, why are you going to waste your time paying for it?
We need to create a website for this.
Squarespace. Squarespace is the future. That's the one. Archie just dropped us in a £2 tip. Thank you very much, my mate. Says, why not? Keep it up, lads. Cheers, pal. Do I watch ASMR? Is that the fucking, like, people crunching stuff? It's audio sensory fucking some shit over. The missus does. Like, she watches these fucking people who have pearl parties. They buy pearls on Facebook Live. Mate, there's 7,000 people watching them live at a time. What the fuck? There's a whole world out there that women watch. That's just out of this.
Yeah.
Just
well, my missus watches every housewife program under the sun.
Choose one to present: BT, Sky, or BBC. I think BT. I think BT does good shit.
I don't mind BT. They get a lot of hate because not everyone's got it.
Mayweather has never fought anyone at the top of their game, and Dr. Dre is the best hip hop producer. I think he has. I think you can, at least Ricky Hatton at least was the top of his game.
Oh, did you got like Oscar De La Hoya? He fought.
Yeah, he's fought so many. John Jones is the best talent in the UFC. He is. He's also a fucking lunatic. Let's just have a look. Is there any other fucking questions in there? Is there any questions on Facebook? In fact, I can pull it up here actually. Not that popular on the old Facebook. We're gonna have to keep that one going. I think that'll do us actually. Let me just check my list if there's anything else. Oh yeah, conspiracies, right. So let me fucking pull it up.
Right, one then, here we go.
Yeah, let's do it quick. So he was called, can't remember the guy's name, Stanley Mayer, right? He invented a car that ran on water, and then he was poisoned, and then his car disappeared. Like, the technology for it.
Well, because it doesn't form the corporate.
Let's pull it up and see what it says.
What's it called?
Stanley Mayer. Water-powered cars and inventors killed. Right, let's have a look what this says.
There's loads of shit like that. They just...
Water-powered cars have existed for years. Oil with its attendant evils, oil pollution, oil wars, oil spills are unnecessary. Water-powered cars have been in scant media coverage. In some cases, the inventors were intimidated into ceasing their work or assassinated. Stanley Mayer, who invented a water fuel device, encapsulated the agenda. The internationalists want zero industrial growth, zero population growth. There is a move to force countries to sign over natural resource rights, and if you sign over your natural resource rights, they have taken over the country without even firing a shot. The number one thing that will diffuse the entire episode is to bring an alternate energy source.
Which they have anyway, but they just don't want to release it.
Stanley Mayer, the most famous water car inventor, the American invented the water fuel cell, claiming that any car fitted with it could run purely on water. A station filmed him driving a dune buggy powered by the device. The British Advanced Energy, BAE, we recently sent a delegation to witness Stan's work to really evaluate it and come back saying this is one of the most important inventions of the century. In 1998, Stanley was murdered. He and his brother Stephen met two Belgian men at a restaurant who claimed to be potential investors after drinking a sip of cranberry juice. Those motherfuckers. Stanley grabbed his neck and ran outside where he was violently sick. Stephen recalls, I ran outside and asked him what's wrong, and he said they poisoned me. That was his dying declaration. Wow. He tracked down the Belgian men the following day. I told them Stan had died, and they never said a word, absolutely nothing, no condolences, no questions. A week after his death, feds came to Stan's home and confiscated his car and his equipment. So ain't that some shit?
Yeah, but that's just one side of it. It's hard, isn't it? Because it's you're formulating your own opinion, as with anything, and that's just taking it from one source. So it's difficult.
True, it is true. Is this conspiracy stuff again? Says Cynthia. Temporarily. I think that's probably going to wrap us up.
Yeah, I would imagine. I would. That's something that you could believe in, wouldn't it? A water-powered car.
Yeah.
It's easy to fuse it together.
You think with some of the technological advances, Bill Burr actually, whose podcast is great. He mentioned there was cars doing 35 miles to the gallon in the 60s. They're still doing 35 miles to the gallon now.
Oh yeah.
Like what the fuck?
Like planes and how fast they go, isn't it?
That's fucking crazy how much fuel gets burnt up in airliners. They can't be paying a pound
like,
a fucking litre like we do.
Oh, it's like there was like snow in the Sahara, wasn't there, this week?
Was there?
Yeah. First time in 40 years.
Wow. Well, so a desert doesn't mean hot necessarily. Desert just means devoid of water. So I think Antarctica, or parts of Antarctica and Alaska are classed as deserts because they get below a certain amount of rainfall each year.
Yeah.
The more you know. Anyway, motherfuckers, I think that's about wrapping it up for us. Charlie Murphy's death. Do you know what the cause of it was?
No. Sad though.
Yeah. Charlie Murphy.
I think he was liked by loads of people.
I don't think he had a great relationship with his brother, did he? Eddie Murphy, in case anyone was wondering. Deadpool was a movie and a half. You're not wrong. So yeah, that'll do us. If you would like to join the party on Patreon, we're hoping that first celebrity podcast is very, very soon. And I think loads of you is going to jump on a bandwagon as soon as that one gets unveiled. We're talking pretty good level of guests. We're not just talking like, local Manchester fighters with 2 fights or anything like that. We're talking like, pretty big dudes in the world of football fighting. And, we're talking to sportsman's companies. So there's a lot of ex-players and stuff that are on that sort of scene that we're talking to. And some good ones as well. So, like, not just Muppets, but, real fucking legends of the game we're talking to. So, there you go. I think Ben is excited about the new Kendrick Lamar album.
Oh yeah, K-Dot, mate. Like, I've been waiting for... You're just waiting for something exciting to drop. Like, fuck Drake and all this bullshit. I wouldn't really... I mean, Drake, if you like Drake... Sorry, I shouldn't really say that. But, it's not really my thing. But Kendrick, real lyricist. Definitely coming out. Then them last 2 tunes, Humble and The Heart Part 4, they were sick.
I might have to listen to it because I haven't got a fucking clue what you're talking about. But anyway, that'll do us for today. Please check out the Patreon in the link below, even just for your own interest to see what we're happening, and give us some feedback on it. And that's the one. We will be live the same time next week, I think, because we're playing Thursday again with Anderlecht. So same time next week, 9 o'clock UK time-ish. And probably the following week as well, because we've got City. Fucking loads of games this month, innit? And that will do us.
And then if we beat Anderlecht, it'll be...
Yeah, it'll be the semis again. So it'll probably be Wednesdays to the end of the season, actually.
Yeah, apart from when I think Southampton's a Wednesday.
So that'll do us. Thank you guys for joining us. Please go and drop us a rating on iTunes if you listen to it on audio. And we'll see you same time next week. And if you're at Old Trafford next week, probably see you there as well. Laters.